Okay. Dr. Satoru, please stay with us as we move to our next story. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says his country cannot categorically rule out military participation in the escalating conflict in the Middle East. Carney was speaking in Canberra alongside Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese during his visit to Australia, which has been overshadowed by the war triggered by a massive US-Israeli strike on Iran that killed its supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He described the idea of involvement as hypothetical, but stressed Canada will stand by its allies and defend Canadians if necessary. Carney also said the US-Israeli strikes appeared inconsistent with international law and reiterated Canada's call for a de-escalation of the conflict. Let's listen into the Canadian Prime Minister's statements.
So one can never categorically rule out participation. We will stand by our allies when it makes sense. There's a distinction between the offensive actions that were taken and are being taken by the United States and Israel, that were taken by them without consultation with Canada, with other allies, and we're not party to those actions. But we will always defend Canadians. We will always stand by and defend our allies.
Now joining us we have Colonel Sanjeet Sirohi, who is an international relations and defence expert in New Delhi. Now, Colonel Sanjeet, Mark Carney has implied his uncertainty about the legality of these attacks, about the war rather, but has also has not ruled out joining in. Could this mean that Mark Carney is considering joining a internationally illegal war?
Thank you, Ruby, for having me on your channel and discussing something very, very important. Although all the countries are trying to have a balancing act, they all agree to it that the international law and regional stability is very, very important. So Mark Carney has said that yes, we believe that international law should be followed and there should be regional stability. But he also mentioned that since Israelis and Americans, they didn't take Canada into confidence before attacking Iran. So as of now, they are not being involved in that. But if the situation arises at some point of time where the allies are being threatened, at that point of time, he has made it very clear that Canada may also join the allies in fight against the Iran. Ruby.
Now, Colonel, in Davos recently, Mark Carney argued for a new path for middle powers to join together, as he argued that the old world order had broken down. Could this war and the joining in of the middle powers such as Australia, such as Canada, into the US and Israel's war efforts perhaps obstruct Carney's efforts to build a middle power alliance?
Absolutely. What Mark Carney during the World District Forum at Davos, he has made it very clear, and he was speaking against the Americans, the way the international order has been violated number of times, including with Venezuela and Greenland and other countries. So I think the middle powers like Australia, India, Canada, they see that they should stay as neutral as possible for as long as possible, because getting unnecessarily involved with the major power struggle is going not to benefit their countries. In fact, it is going to create problems for them. So he is very, very categorically, he has stated that we are observing the thing, and he is carrying out a balancing act by not straight away going with Americans, and also telling them that you never consulted us before you attacked Iran. So I think these middle powers have got very important role to come, and they should not get involved directly with any war which is going on anywhere in the world. Ruby.
Now, Colonel Sirohi, from a military perspective, how would it change the situation if other middle powers such as Canada, such as Australia, joined into the US and Israeli efforts? At the moment, we've seen strikes on the region, Gulf allies of the United States, but how could this war expand beyond the Middle East if other powers from parts of the world join in? Could we see another world war?
No, I don't believe that there is going to be any world war in that, because if you see, the Iranians are only targeting the military assets of these countries. Although they have targeted in Cyprus, they have targeted the UK, this thing air base, and in UAE also they are threatening to target the France air base bases, military bases also. But I don't think Australia and Canada and other countries which have got nothing to do with this war are going to get involved. And I don't think at this stage we can say that we are going in for the Third World War. So that situation I don't see at the moment. Ruby.
Jeet, please stay with us as we move to our next story. An airstrike has hit the Hezbollah stronghold in South Beirut earlier